Thank you. So I'm somebody who likes to stretch my comfort zone. And I consider that stupid or courageous, right? Depending on the situation. So I'd like to share with you a story of one of the times when I was stretching my comfort zone, being adventurous, and was in Australia. Had the opportunity to take a really wonderful trip to Australia, and my boyfriend and I at the time, we had just gotten our diver's certificate and whatnot. So we thought, let's take this to the next level. We're in Australia, the Great Barrier Reef, right? We were in Cairns. What a beautiful area. Let's take 4 days on a dive boat and go and do our advanced divers. I mean, that sounds awesome, doesn't it? I guess if you like water. And if you wouldn't think it was awesome, right? So we did. So we went on this, and one of the things that's part of, you have many adventures and series of things that you need to do as part of this dive certification for the advanced, and one of them is a night dive. So, I didn't like the sound of that as it was a night dive because it's dark and you really can't see anything underwater. But I thought, okay, this is part of it, and this is part of the comfort zone stretch, so it sounds good. The only problem was the night that we were scheduled for the dive, the boat was like this. I should have gotten sort of an idea that maybe this wasn't a good idea with all the people who were throwing up over the side of the boat. And they weren't sure whether they were going to do it, but they said, okay, we're doing it. So I'm not sure if that was a good thing or not, and I happened to be one of the first people that got into the water, and the water was just as I thought it was just out of control. It was extremely wild, and it was taking me away from the rest of the divers who were diving in the boat. And I'm getting a little bit nervous and excited, and that's not a good thing when you have air and you're using up all your air to try to get back to the boat, because I need that air for when I go down, right? So and I'm thinking to myself, okay, pull yourself together because this could turn out really bad. That's the point where stretching your comfort zone isn't a good thing. So I had this little discussion with myself to say, okay, are you going to do this or not? Because if you're going to do it, you better calm yourself down right now and pull it together. So I did. I took a couple deep breaths. I calmed down, and I said, I'm going to do this. I can do this. So I got back to the rest of the group, and the way that you go down into the water is through the anchor, through the line of the anchor, and you've got your flashlight and everything. And so I'm feeling good now, right? I did this. It's awesome. I'm in a good place. And I get down there, and my buddy, who's my boyfriend at the time, he's not so great at staying with his buddy. And when it's dark, that's not such a good thing. So I'm looking around, and all of a sudden, my light goes out. I'm like, damn! Right? Because you got to hit the batteries so that so hopefully they'll go on. And so, again, my heart was like, bam, 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 came down, and my air is now significantly low. But I was able to find him, and we were able to continue with the dive. Now, I'm not enjoying this dive as much as I would like to, right? When you do these things, you're supposed to really enjoy it, and unfortunately, it was a little bit stressful at that point, because 2 other times my flashlight had gone out. And let me tell you, when that flashlight goes out, it is pitch black down there, right? And even though somebody might have a little light that's in the distance, it doesn't help, and it's a little scary. But what was really cool was, and I did get back after the dive, and we came back in, and the coolest thing was, and I see this as a really interesting metaphor for courage, is that, the surface was really wild and crazy, but down underneath the surface, it was really calm. And really, I believe, when I started to think about it in this topic, is that courage is the same, is when all chaos is happening around us, when we dig into our courage, we get to that inner peace, that place where we just know, we just do. And so that was my discovery about courage.